Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Hi, this is Gems by Dr. Gems. I know that it's been a minute. I am still trying to come up with a good cadence for how I want these videos to go, and I'm trying to come up with exactly the style that I'm aiming for. So just bear with me as I try to figure out that stuff. But I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for the few that has watched some of my videos so far. I wanted to come on here and really, well, first and foremost, I wanted to say that, my videos moving forward, while they will focus on a lot of spiritual Christianity related topics, I will include also topics that have to do with finance development and professional development. I'll make, sort of content that relate to both of those topics in addition to Christianity. As you'll see within my intro, I've been working hard on creating my intro. You'll see kind of the three pillars of my channel will be spirituality, finance development, and professional development. Okay, so I just wanted to give that as a quick disclaimer. So please, if you're interested, stay tuned, please subscribe, click on the bell notification. I am definitely working hard on getting a more consistent cadence to post more routinely, okay? If you see me looking down periodically, I do have notes here just because there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about in this video. And I'll say that the first thing that I want to talk about is just, as you can see by the title, life is short, okay? Life is really short. Kevin Samuels, whom I'm sure you guys all know, he doesn't need an introduction. If you don't know who he is, I actually will implore you to please Google him within YouTube. He's a very well-known content creator here in this space, has over 1 million subscribers and followers on Instagram and all that. He focuses a lot of his content on obviously relationships and, encouraging, both men and women to be better, both as individuals and, within, as, an item, basically within a relationship to basically foster marriage. He really encouraged more marriages within the Black community so that more of our kids can be born within the context of marriage and hopefully just have more family units within the Black community. That was the net of his content. There were several things within it as well, but that was really I would say the takeaway. And shout out to him for the net of it. I've tuned into some of his content and I know that he uses that phrase a lot. And the reason why I want to just bring him up, this is not a video to sort of ride on this bandwagon of let's talk about all things Kevin Samuels. It's really just to first and foremost say, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Whether you agree or disagree with any of his content or any of the things that he has said or put out, I'm pretty sure that, when someone passes, we can all have human compassion and empathy to say, rest in peace. His impact was undeniable. He impacted so many people, both men and women alike. And, for me as a Christian, I do, I'm kind of alarmed. There's some people that are celebrating his death. And for me, it's weird that someone would celebrate the death of someone irregardless of if you disagreed with their some of their methodology, some of their statements, some of their discourse. Even me myself, yes, I have watched his content severally. Do I agree with everything he says? No. Do I agree with some things? Yes. And so it's beyond me that we've gotten to a place right now within humanity that people feel the need to celebrate someone's demise or someone's death due to disagreement on theory or idea or, ideology or what have you. But that's neither here nor there. I really just want to, on my part, just say rest in peace to him. I pray that God is with his families and loved ones during this time because I know it is not easy. And sort of the bigger thing that I wanted to focus on for this video is just, I really implore people to realize how short life is. This life is so short. Sometimes we think we have all the time in the world, and then we realize that we can get called at any time, and we don't know how. This is borrowed time, right? We don't know how long we have. You know, we may think of ourselves as young. Oh, we're in our 20s and our 30s. You know, we can do whatever. But you never know when it's your time. I have seen so many people just lose their life, both personally within my family and just, you know, in general. There's so many deaths even in this 2022 alone. And I'm just kind of like, what is going on? It's only May, you know? And it really just leads me to reflect and to think that this is borrowed time. My goal should be to do what I've been called to do, whatever God has called me to do, you know, whatever purpose that He has placed on my heart to do. My goal is to do just that and nothing else, you know? I do not want to forego the eternal approval of God, you know, just to please the temporary approval of man, right? You don't want to risk that. And so this video is really just to let you guys know that, you know, as you're pursuing your faith, your Christian walk, as you are trying to find a way to get closer to God, really pursue Him in spirit and in truth. It'll be the best decision you've ever made. I will be making content geared towards how you can go about building your relationship with God. And I'll give you some of the tools that I have used that has helped me along the way. But really, this is just to encourage you to never relent, okay? Don't ever stop pursuing God. Don't ever stop pouring into His word and leaning into His wisdom and His master plan, because at the end of the day, He is the author and the finisher. He is the beginning and the end. He is the Alpha and Omega, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Jireh. It's Him, and that's it. And so, you know, we all come on this world to do what we do. We can be the Kevin Samuels of the world and make our own imprint. And he had impact, whether you like it or not. He did. And, you know, he did what he did. He lived his life. He made, he made his contributions. And now he is no more, you know, and all we can do is just that. All we can do is what he did essentially, which is we make our contributions and we hope that it is in alignment with God's master plan for our lives. And we hope that we can accomplish it in the time that we have. And the kicker is that you don't know what kind of time you have. You don't know when, you know, back in the day, it used to be quite taboo for individuals to pass away young. And young, you know, we can argue that young means different things, right? A 20 or 30-year-old dying is different from a 50-year-old dying. But arguably a 50-year-old dying is different from a 70-year-old dying, you know, and a 90-year-old, you know, those are all different sort of pockets of life. And so, you know, of recent times, we see younger and younger people dying from all different things. I'm talking about, you know, actual health illnesses versus, you know, as well as, you know, accidents, you know, car accidents and different types of just injuries and just all different things we see happening today. Domestic violence, you know, there's so many things happening right now that are taking the lives of our young people, taking the lives of our middle-aged people. And it really just makes me reflect, and I hope it makes you all reflect on what is it that you are doing with your life right now? What impact are you making? You do not have as much time as you think you have. It's not to scare you. It's not to say that you should rush into things. It's not to say that you should, you know, make rash decisions. No. But it's to encourage you to, you know, for those of us that are pointing fingers at Kevin Samuels, saying he did this or didn't do that, or he spoke incorrectly or degradingly or whatever to women or this, that, and the third, pause and ask yourself, what impact, what contribution am I making? And impact doesn't have to be as large scale as 1 million followers, but even if it's just on a micro scale, you know, what am I doing? What mark am I leaving? What legacy am I leaving? What's my contribution to my community? What's my contribution to my tribe, to my ethnic group, to my society, to my country? The list goes on, right? And so that's just what I wanted to come on here and say, that life is short. I encourage all of us, especially those of us that call ourselves Christians, and those of us that want to join in, you know, it's never too late to give your life over to Jesus Christ and make him your Lord and Savior. I encourage you to do so, and I encourage you to get on his plan, get on the plan that God has for you, and spend these next few days reflecting, spend these next few weeks before we step into the second half of the year by next month, June. Spend these next few weeks of May really figuring out what is it that you are called to do, okay? And how can we go about doing it and bringing more glory to his kingdom? Because that's really what it's about. This world that we're in, it's temporary. It's borrowed time. And so that's what I wanted to leave you guys with. I hope that blessed somebody. I hope that helped someone just put things in perspective and just to really just, sometimes we get hung up on the little things of life and things that are just not going the way we want, but life is not about that. Just focus on the big picture. Focus on, hey, God, what is it that you have for me? I am your vessel. Use me. How can I bring more glory to your kingdom? Okay? All right, I'm going to stop there. Please look out for more content. Please subscribe. I'm so excited. This is Gems by Dr. Gems. I'll see you guys in my next one.